So first of all, just kind of walk me through the timeline of what you've been experiencing.
I came home from the UK on the 16th, had symptoms on the way home on the 17th, went into my primary care physician and had the COVID and the influenza A and a upper respiratory test ran with a nasal pharyngeal swab. And at the time I was told it would take a couple of days to up to 4 days. And that was the 17th. And I called yesterday and was told that it's going to probably be till April 1st before Quest has the results back for me.
So at first you were told about 3 days you might get the results back, but now it's much more than that. I mean,
Yeah,
what did you think?
Yeah, pushed out quite a long time, and it's kind of frustrating. We'd like to get the results back. Not that I don't think it would really change much. The results. I feel better. I'm going to try and go back to work, but it would be nice to know, just for family members and for people I were traveling with in the UK that have went ahead and did the self quarantined to make sure that they're not sick.
And this is kind of, you mentioned this is pretty frustrating, right?
Of course, yes.
And what exactly? I think I'm my shot actually. What are some of the concerns that you have? Again, you don't have to mention your company, but this is frustrating because of the fact that you're kind of in this holding pattern, right?
Of course, and also I traveled with quite a few people when I was in the UK before coming home, and they're all self-quarantined, waiting to find out if, what I had for sure. Was it the flu? Was it the virus? So they're not really able to go on with their lives either, with jobs and stuff, because they're having to self-quarantine.
So what did they tell you to do now that you have to wait some extra time? Did they say you should stay at home waiting, or what did the doctor instruct you to do?
Yesterday when I talked to the medical assistant for my primary care physician, she told me if I have not been running a fever for 72 hours, I'll be free to return to work. And I haven't ran a fever since Monday, so I'm looking to go back to work.
Will your company allow that?
I'm still waiting to find out.
And is that a matter of your company, or you mentioned maybe the union even saying whether or not? Because this is, I mean, you gotta work, right? You gotta make an income, make a living.
Exactly. If I'm free to, as soon as I get a phone call back, and I'll be put back on the schedule if I can for the weekend and return to work.
Did they say when they told you that you when they told you that you'd need to wait a little bit longer to be getting those test results back, did they say why?
No, they just said that they're backlogged. And, it makes you wonder, what the importance or, why they're backlogged. I understand this is a frustrating time and there's a lot of tests coming at them, and maybe they weren't prepared for, doing these tests. But I'm also curious that if my test sample is still viable after this many days. That's kind of what I'm worried, is that maybe I took the test and now the sample's not viable anymore and they won't be able to run it.
That's a fair concern, and not only for yourself, but like you said, for knowledge of the people that you've worked with and family, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
What have you been doing the last few days? I guess, what have you been doing to keep busy while you wait for these tests?
Well, I was pretty sick, so I've slept quite a bit. Now that I've been feeling better, I'm just trying to disinfect the house, make sure everything's clean, so the family, when they do come back, aren't getting sick.
And so you are feeling better, right?
Yes, I am feeling better.
That's good to
hear. Very grateful for that.
Yeah, that's great to hear, Amber. So at this point, I wonder what you think, knowing that you're not the only one who's reached out to us with the same concerns.
I'm just wishing Quest would let our providers know what's going on. Are the tests lost? I've heard rumors that the tests may have been lost and may have been misplaced or sent to the wrong facility. And so I would like to know what's going on. And if the test is still viable to be ran at this late date.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? I mean, this is obviously understandably very frustrating. We had our own coworker whose wife needed to test and find out if she had COVID-19. That waiting period is just, we were feeling it too, kind of as kind of our extended family, kind of nervous for them. I can only imagine how, I guess, scary this time might be for you.
It is frustrating because I don't want to share this virus with my family members or my coworkers, and I do want to make sure that who did I come in contact prior to knowing I actually was sick, was showing symptoms, and if I can trace back and tell them, okay, yes, I did have the virus. Please make sure that you're aware of this and you're feeling better. Even like as far we were in an Airbnb in the UK, the weekend of before this, and I would love to be able to contact them and say, clean, good. Make sure you're not re-renting it to somebody. I wish right now I don't think they are anyway, but still.
But you had a chance to let folks know, hey, that you have been